welcome back once again. We got on the line with us a very successful coach moving through the season right now. He's at 3-1, and we're talking with it's inside the headset with the head coach of the Franklin Rebels, head coach Donnie Webb. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Well, got some early score indications on Friday night, and you took on the Brentwood Bruins and came away with a W. Walk me through that game, and let's talk a little Rebel football.
Well, from Franklin's standpoint, the game kind of had two parts to it. It had the first 10 minutes of the game, and it had the rest of the football game. Essentially, we got down 7-0 with our first three offensive possessions all resulted in fumbles.
Wow!
and so, and one of them was the first play, actually the first play of the game, and then the other one, I believe, was on the third play. So at that moment, they probably had and then like I said, in those first 10 minutes, they probably had the ball 7 minutes of it, and we had it 3 due to the turnovers. But I was proud of our kids. Man, they fought. It was big defensively to only get 3 points. Only get 7 points out of it. As we said, if we'll quit beating Franklin here, we got a chance to beat Brentwood, and then I'm proud of our kids because that's what we did.
Talk to us a little bit about a couple of players that just jumped up and performed real well that's gotten you to where you are right now.
Last week, really pleased with the two quarterbacks. Both of them really had, made some really good decisions. Wes Patterson, Carter Hendry. We actually, about us, we love them 12, 13, 14 play drives, and we had several last week, big plays, and they being able to throw the football to a receiver, Alex Gaka. All that starts with, the offensive line being able to move the line of scrimmage, and then from that point, us hanging on the football. If we can run it, we've got a good chance. Defensively, I thought, Harrison Brown, our middle linebacker, is playing really well. Very pleased with him. And the last 2 weeks, especially, our two defensive ends played very well. That's Connor Falk and Barrett Brown.
So, how was your special teams?
It's been way better since the first game. And of course, it was an emphasis. Going into, we had some special team mishaps against Centennial and then against Riverdale as well. And our kickoff coverage was really bad, and we were constantly giving them the ball on the 40 or 50-yard line to start drives, and that's not going to work out over time. And so, it has been an emphasis. We worked on it, and our two kickers are very capable, especially our punter, Landon Carter.
Oh, yeah.
And our place kicker, Christopher Miller Hill. They're capable because he has now, since the first game, I think we've had a couple of 2 or 3 40-plus yard field goals. So that's so big for us. Because if we're going to move the ball like we do, we need to get points. And so it's good that we're now we got the confidence. Let's send him out there. Let's get the 3 points.
Well, that's a weapon that if you got it, you can be dangerous with it down toward the end of the season, especially when you get into playoffs and you've got that weapon in your pocket, and that kid's got the confidence step up there and hit anything that's 30, 40 yards.
Yeah, it changes the way you look at things. A year ago, he wasn't as strong. His leg wasn't strong. So, kudos to him. Good work in the offseason. He's a hard worker in the classroom. He's a hard worker in the weight room. And so he's gotten stronger. And now, as long as he keeps his confidence going, yes, absolutely. It's good to have him on our side.
Well, expand upon that, because I've never heard, how much, I understand the special teams, but is there anything as far as a workout or anything that you told him, or you got him with some extra help or something? Because we've really, in all the years I've been doing Inside the Headset since '09, I can't remember where we really, where you have just pointed out, you had a progression in a kid where he was one stage, and so what was his field goal range a year ago? Let's go there.
A year ago, we said we had to get inside the 15-yard line that we knew and we were confident. And now we're back up to, we say we passed the 25. We feel like we can put him out there. And,
okay.
Essentially, especially over here in this county, soccer being such a huge sport.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We've always had kickers, even when I was an assistant here. I mean, David DeFada kicked for MTSU, was a punter, and he was all conference. His brother, Joe DeFada, is now kicking at East Tennessee State. And, of course, Corey Satoni is punting at Missouri. So a lot of those kids, they just, they came here, and I think they came, like I said, through the soccer programs, and then they find out, hey, we got a spot, we can shoot, especially punters. Punters can get money at the next level, if you're good at it.
Right, and it's about ball placement. It's not just about it's you don't have to get it up real high, but if you can get it long and put it where you want to put it and keep it away from the money guys.
Without doubt, and that's Landon's still got to work on that. But he's getting to where he can. Our problem is we don't have a lot of speed. We have to be careful that he'll out-kick us sometimes.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of what happened to us in the first game. They had that long punt return for a touchdown. He boomed one of them, which he's capable of doing, and then kind of out-kicked us.
Yeah, because that gave the return man enough time to get his legs up underneath him and get him some momentum.
Well, yes, and then if you see us in space, you saw us trying to tackle some of those Riverdale kids that night. We got to keep them hemmed in. We don't want to be 1-1 on rock green grass.
Right. Ranked 12th in the state, and you got to be happy. And I'm sure all the kids, with the senior Layton team and stuff, and being 3-1. But you got one Friday night, and that's a bunch of guys that man, they'd love to put an L on your back, and that's Ravenwood. And talk about Rich Westman and the Ravenwood Ravens.
Well, I mean, it's obviously it's a different coaching staff, but it's a team that since I've been back as a football coach, we've got 4 straight losses too. We've just not been able to beat Ravenwood. That's a really good contest with them, and over the years, whatever it might be, they've come away with the victory. It's in different ways each time. The biggest thing we got to do is get Franklin out of our way, because when we beat Franklin, we're pretty good. but the way we practice sometimes, we get in our own way. And if we would get out of our own way, I think we got a chance to be a really, really decent football team.
Well, I always ask this question. We're at that milestone. Coach Adelot, and I'm sure you'll know a lot more after Friday night. You'll get a good picture, but where is Franklin Rebel football? Where do you think you are right now as far as how much runway you got left? I mean, as far as these guys getting better, Coach Adelot always says long about 4, week 5, week 6, you should know the amount of runway you got based on the personnel you got. Where do you think you are?
Well, off of, we've got our open week comes up after Redwood, and it's at a good spot. We obviously everybody says they'd like to be 5-0, but that's not going to happen. But the bottom line is you want to come out of it because after that it's all region games.
Right.
So you want to come, so you want to be getting better each week to make that run in the region. And that right now is, it's a question I don't know that I can answer, because we haven't found the way to practice very well yet.
Right.
But these kids will show up. I know they'll show up on Friday nights. But we can't keep living like that. We've got to learn to practice well, because that's what's going to make us better. And I do think we can be a team to be mentioned and be a part of it if we'll learn how.
Well, I sure, with your coaching staff and those kids and everything, I mean, I think it's really in their hands here real soon, isn't it, Coach?
It is, and I mean, like you said, 24 seniors. You usually start a class, and anytime you start pushing close to around 25, you really feel like you've got a group that's hung in there and stayed together. And,
Yep.
and that's kind of a lot of times the number people look at. If we get 25 in every class, and that's what's coming through each year. And I mean, the more the merrier, obviously. But
Right. But they got to be football players. You just can't have a bunch of guys that don't want to practice and don't want to work and work to get better in the two-a-days.
Right, and that's like I said. And so that if a number like that can stay together, then you usually have a successful football team that year that they're seniors. So as you said, the ball's in their hands, man, and so it's time for them to practice and play like it.
Well, I mean, we talk about it's a long season, and then, I tell you what, once you get into the flow, it's a long season until after that first game. Then once we get on the bicycle, a lot of people don't know, in Rutherford County as well as Williamson, the whole state of Tennessee, and that's across all divisions. I'm not saying that our state, but we really try to really go after it because we love the game of football.
Yeah, you sit there in August, and it seems like, I'm speaking from a kid's point, it's never going to get here. The season's never going to get here.
Yeah.
You get that grind low a little bit.
Yeah, beating up on each other.
But you blink, and you're sitting there, and man, this thing's almost over.
Yeah.
After Friday night, we're halfway through, so we'll see where we stand, and we're excited. We know Ravenwood's going to be a challenge. We're excited about it.
Well, and I always do the mathematical. So you'll after this Friday night, count the off week off. I throw it out the window. But then you take the 5 game weeks to get you up to your 10 mark. You've got about 15 good practices yet. You take 3 days a week. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you times that by 5. There's 15 really good practices left before. Then when we get into it, then you got your guaranteed the other 3, which will take you, on up to 18. Then at that point, you're living and dying by every week.
Yeah, and that's exactly why coaches, and like today on the bike show, we're stressing so much. We can't have bad days, and not every day is going to be great, but there's nothing wrong with every day being good and fun.
Yeah, that's it. But you're right. You just can't have a bad efforting practice, can you, Coach?
No, sir. And that's on, us as the coaches as well. So we'll regroup this thing, and like I said, big game on Friday's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere.
Yeah, I guarantee it is.
It's always great over there. Just we've been on the wrong side of it for too long, and so we need to go over there and come back with a victory.
Well, we'll be off next week, just along with you. I've got to go to Seattle, but Coach, I can't tell you enough for just participating, and I hope it continues on. And I hope sometime I can sit down and have a refreshment with you and just catch up and not be in front of a camera.
All right, man. Well, good luck to y'all, and I do appreciate anything that's got high school football at the forefront. It's cool to me.
Yeah, I believe I'm gonna watch Greasy, Creasy, and Watson Friday night. So that should be we're gonna broadcast from over there. So at the Inferno. So that should be a pretty good game, Coach.
Should be. It's gotten now where with a lot of the coaching changes, I don't know who to root for because they're all buddies. But I played ball obviously with Coach Watson in MTSU, known him for a long time. And I really love old Mr. Creasy now.
Well, he's a character. I was over there today, and I tell you what, he was, of course, he sits and probably draws up 300 plays every day. But anyway, he was sitting over there, and he said, I can't believe I leave all this data out here on the table. We got to learn to hide our secrets. And I was just like, he's nervous, I tell you, but I enjoy all you guys. You guys are all different, but you're fantastic coaches. And tell all the people over in Williamson County to good luck Friday night and stay healthy, stay injury-free, and come away with a big W.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. But you tell Creasy, he can throw all that data away. All he's got to do is get the ball those studs.
He's got a stable of running backs, and I'll tell you what, I'll see how many he's got. I've only seen him once, so he says he thinks he's got a game plan, but he's I'm sure if I played cards with him in Texas Hold'em, he's got a poker face.
There you go.
All righty, Coach. Good luck and stay injury free.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, bye. Well, that's head coach Donnie Webb over at Franklin Rebels. But I got you a treat. Guess what? Coach McDaniel just texted me. He's got time to talk. Be back in about 3 minutes.